Folks, we'll start the service in 2 minutes. So. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome. We have ourselves a nice minyan here, and I suspect we've got several others who didn't want to come out tonight, but they are at home, staying warm and dry. And they are, and all of us, online or here in the building, are one holy community. So welcome all of you. Our rabbi is not here tonight. He's taking a well-deserved evening off. And so we've got we'll do the soprano first. We have Nola Katinsky is one of our rabbis du jour. And we've got Marcia Reynolds, Denny Reynolds, and I'm Mike Rush. And we are pleased to have you here. And please join in with the service so we feel like all the study we've done will not go to waste. Okay, we are going to start our service on page 128. 128. The second song, Ma Yafeh Hayom, and we'll probably sing that twice. So let's all join together. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We will continue on page 142. We're starting out with some good old songs tonight. And we will be, did I get the wrong page? Yeah, 142. Shalom Aleichem. Peace to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High. So we'll join together in all four verses. Shalom Aleichem, Malakei Asharet, Malakei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malakei Hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bokem l'shalom, Malakei Ashalom, Malakei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malakei Hamlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barkuni l'shalom, Malakei Ashalom, Malakei Elyon. melech malkei hamlakim kadosh baruch hu. Zekim l'shalom malakei hashalom malakei elyon. Hi melech malkei hamlakim kadosh baruch hu. You sound good from up here. I'd like to ask that you to please turn to page 124, and we are going to read together the first prayer on the page. We enter this sanctuary, and let's all say this prayer together. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, and flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer. I want to let everybody know we've got a nice class of people down here, students and parents who are studying different religions, and we're happy to welcome you folks tonight. I'm drawing your attention to that now just to give you a little hint as to what we're doing next. We have some unlit candles up here. These are the Shabbat candles, and they're lit as a part of our service. And I'm going to call upon Doris and Mimi, if you would kindly come up, please, and light our Shabbat candles for us.
Then I have to hang on to the.
That's fine.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You can use the matches or the magic wand there. We are on page 120.
That we should by candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold them. If their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel that gives light, so may we, in our own day, give one those who seem to light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you, ladies.
Same here.
I appreciate you too.
Okay, be careful.
Oh no, I'm fine. It's very bad, very bad.
Then here it is.
Okay, if you would please turn to page 138. 138. We will be doing Lecha Dodi, and all of our rabbis du jour here will assist in singing this. We will do verses 1, 5, and 9. And right before the last verse, verse 9, please rise and face the open door that Dawn will open for us so that our Shabbat prayers can go out into the world and so we can welcome the Sabbath through our psalm. Page 138. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zakor b'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu el milkad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, Hashem l'kvifet eliha. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kivarek uri ori, uri shir peri, kavod Adonai echad kehila. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom atekrala, gam b'simcha u'begoela, tokemune b'amsegula, boi kala. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'kadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Thank you. Please remain standing and turn to page 144. 144 for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkara Shemei Rabbi, Yavad Ibrat Yudei Yamit Malkutei, Bagaye Horu Yomekon, Ukayet Kofet Yisrael, Balagala, Ubizman Karim, Leimeru Amen, Yeheshe Rabba Milora, Rabba Me'amaya, Yitbarak, Yitnaman, Yitnaseh, Yitkaleh, Yitala, Shemei Kudusha, Barichu, Le'amen komirata v'shirata, tushbekata v'nekemata, kamiman b'yama, v'imeru. Amen. Please remain standing and turn to page 146 for Baruch Hu. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam Vaed. Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam Vaed. You may be seated, folks. Thank you.
Hello. Please turn to the bottom of page 149 and join me in reading the prayer. Page 149. This is the hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brothers, my sisters, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sisters, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Hamarid Aravim. And please join me again at the bottom of page 151. We read together. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohe Amo Yisrael. Please rise for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Le'olam Vaed.
Please stay standing for the V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol lavaka u'b'kol nafshaka u'b'kol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher Elohim mitzadeka hayom alavadecha v'shimata levadecha v'dibata bam v'shivteka v'techa u'vlefteka v'aderet u'shavteka u'kumecha u'shartam le'oda yadecha v'hayu letotafo b'einecha u'vtartam al mizot beitecha u'visharecha למען תזכרו, עשיתם כל מיתותי, ויתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Please sit down. Page 161. No, 158. Page 158. This week's Parsha includes this event in our history. It's the crossing of the Red Seas, fleeing from Egypt. So we're just going to sing the song now, but Marcia's going to uncover a lot more about that event in her Devar. So now we want you to sing in your best outside voice, Mika Mocha, page 158. Yeah, I got to get the music. Well-oiled machine here. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mika mocha ba'elim Adonai, Mika mocha ne'etar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osei feleh, Norah tehilot osei feleh. Malachut tekara u'banekra, Oreya, Oreya, Ze'eli adu ve'amru, Ze'eli adu ve'amru, Adonai himo le'olam va'ed, Adonai himo le'olam va'ed. Mika mocha ba'elim Adonai, Mika mocha ne'etar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osei feleh, Norah tehilot osei feleh. Please turn to the bottom of page 161. And please read with me. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter, into the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us when we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, chaparei Sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
So the next thing we do is our Amidah, our standing prayer. So this is something, if you're able to rise, please rise and turn to page 164. We'll say together the prayer from page 164 to 170, and then please continue praying in silence and sit when you're done. From 172 to page 180.
Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Avotenu V'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zoker Hatzevot V'imahot, U'mehi Ulam V'neihem, Leman Shelo Yahaba, Melech Ozer Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Letzvah Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mekayeh Ha'olam V'Hoshia, Mashiach Uri HaShalem, Mekayeh Chaim V'Chesed, Mekayeh Hakol V'Rachamim Rabim, Tzomek Nofim V'Rofei Kolim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayeh Emunato, Lishanei Avar, Mikamoka Agimamot, Umidomela, Melech Mini Tumekayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Ne'emanata Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shema Kadosh, U'Kedoshim B'Kol Yom V'Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Before we move to Oseh Shalom, can you look in your handouts and find the prayer for Israel and the prayer for the welfare and return of Israel's captured and missing from among our sisters and brothers? We'll start with the prayer for Israel. Sovereign of all the world, accept our plea on behalf of the state and the people of Israel. Pour forth your blessings on the land and all who call it home. May your laws of kindness guide its people, and may the teaching of your prophets live within their hearts and ours, only to do justice and to love goodness and to walk humbly with your God. Awaken your spirit in the Jewish people and the whole human family. Implant within us all patience and mutual respect. Uproot from our midst hatred, violence, coercion, and exploitation. We pray for strength of body and spirit to journey to the land and to be a true friend of the land and its people. A lover of Zion. May life there become Shavet Achim Gam Yachad, brothers and sisters dwelling together. And in every corner of the earth, spread your shelter of peace over the house of Israel. Strengthen the will and stamina of Israel's soldiers. Fill with courage the hearts of those who shield the land. Let their spirits be resilient and their use of arms pure. Valiant in war, ever striving for peace, may they overcome all enemies as you guard them in the shadow of your wings. For this and this alone we pray. Make peace in the land. May all its inhabitants be blessed. May this vision of your prophets soon be achieved. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Amen. And a prayer for the captives who are still missing. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rivka, Yaakov, Leah, and Rachel, may he bless the captured and the many kidnapped citizens, men, women, young children, held in painful captivity in Gaza, along with all who are in captivity and distress. May it be your will, Adonai Tsevaot, God of hosts, to rescue and redeem these souls and return them swiftly to their families on the land of Israel. As it is written, thus said God, a cry is heard in Ramah, wailing, bitter weeping, Rachel weeping for her children. She refuses to be comforted for her children who are gone. Thus said God, restrain your voice from weeping, your eyes from shedding tears, for there is a reward for your labor, declares God. They shall return from the enemy's land. Oh, please join us in singing Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace.
Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, ve'akol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael, ve'akol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imeru Amen.
And now, if you could please turn to page 371, and we are going to say our prayer to send blessings out to those who are ill. So I will first read our Misha Barak list of all the folks in the community that we know are ill, and then I'll ask you at the end to add names of people. that we are praying for health for. So, for this week, our Misha Barak list includes Ruth Bloom, Adrian Braitman, Andrew Bosell, Pircha Bracha, Todd Crago, Rabbi Mitchell Kornspan, Leslie Soltz, Janet Rosenberg, Susie King, Ray Moore, Kaylin Nagel, Tom O'Neill, Debbie Charest, Gary Smythe, Jonathan Sowers, Jack Adler, Laura Michaels, Jim King, Todd Hughes, Barbara Gilbert, and please join me in singing Misha Barak on page 371. Misha Barak Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Barak Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We've come to the part of the service where we're going to talk about the Torah portion this week. And this week's Torah portion is Parashat B'Shalach. Here's a quick summary of what's in this portion. The children of Israel escape across the Sea of Reeds from Pharaoh and his army, who drown when God drives back the sea. Moses and the Israelites sing a song praising Adonai. In the wilderness, God provides the grumbling Israelites with quails and manna, and God instructs the Israelites to gather and prepare on the sixth day food needed for Shabbat. The people complain about the lack of water. Moses hits a rock and brings forth water. Israel defeats Amalek, Israel's eternal enemy. God vows to blot out the memory of Amalek from the world. Wow. This portion has parting of the Red Sea, being fed in the desert, getting water from a rock, a lot of miracles. I would like to share a devar I found online by Rabbi Hanan Schlesinger, titled, Of Technology, Miracles, and Radical Amazement. In it, this rabbi discusses how we must bring ourselves to awareness of the wonders of every moment. Have you ever agonized over religious faith and secretly hoped that God would miraculously prove his or her existence to you? Have you ever said to yourself that if only Adonai would do this one little thing for you, then you would believe in God and accept God's sovereignty? But the truth is that such hopes are vain. Faith based on miracles is ephemeral and illusory. There is no miracle in the world that could conclusively prove anything about the ultimate sovereign of the universe. There is nothing God could do to prove him or herself that God has not done for you already. Such is the position of Maimonides, one of the greatest Jewish thinkers and leaders of all time. And in our day, modern technology has pretty much shown the truth of Maimonides' assertion, unless, of course, one mistakes Bill Gates and many other mortal men for God. Aren't there a slew of modern inventions that would have seemed miraculous to pre-modern man? You can walk down the street with literally a whole library of books hanging from your shoulder. Why, you can hold a small piece of metal to your ear and hear someone talking halfway around the world. And even 60 years ago, you could drop a ball of metal from the sky and kill 100,000 human beings in an instant. But we all know that none of these miracles, or a host of others we live with every day, prove anything about the divinity of their inventors or users. So why does this week's Torah portion, Parashat Beshalach, seem to claim differently? The Torah says explicitly that the 10 plagues, as well as the splitting of the Red Sea, were engineered not merely to extricate the Jewish people from Egyptian bondage or to punish Pharaoh and his people. These purposes God could have accomplished much more quickly and elegantly, but rather to teach the emerging Jewish nation and the world at large that there is none like God. The answer seems to be that God was employing pedagogical devices appropriate to the level of understanding of God's students. God knew that ancient man would be duly impressed by God's advanced technology and used it to its full effect. But at the same time, Adonai knew full well that faith based solely on miracles is undeveloped and immature and easily undermined or swayed. Such a faith is only a beginning, a temporary jump start. The real foundations of faith are to be found elsewhere. The erstwhile slaves who had just spirited out of Egypt were about to stand in God's presence at Mount Sinai, which was no mere miracle, but rather a direct and corroborated experience of being beyond all being. They did not witness only God's miracles, but rather the Israelites at Sinai actually witnessed Adonai. However, for Maimonides, even the theophany, a visible manifestation of God at Sinai, does not yet bring us to the true bedrock of proper faith. The key to it all is to be found in a totally different place, specifically in the non-miraculous regularity of the natural world. The existence of the world as we know it and encounter it every day is the most direct proof of a comprehensive and unified field of being who conceived it all and brought it into existence. The heavens declare the glory of God, as the psalmist already sang over 3,000 years ago. Where did it all come from? What wisdom, what forethought, what incomprehensibly intricate interdependence is evidenced in the universe around us? Both through scientific inquiry, as well as through straightforward and naive observation, we must bring ourselves to awareness of the wonders of every moment, of the grandeur and greatness of the tapestry we call planet Earth. When we learn to live every moment in radical amazement, a monumental task regarding prodigious and continuous effort that ought to ideally be one of the foci of our lives, our religious consciousness will be permanently elevated and altered. The sense of the holy and the ineffable will pervade every moment, and the vain hope for a miraculous proof of God's existence will fade. The splitting of the Red Sea, that's nothing compared to the religious significance of what we encounter every single day of our lives. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
At this time, I would like to invite Ronnie Greenberg, president of our congregation, to read the announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I want to thank these four for a wonderful service tonight. They did a great job, and all being former Hazmir members, the music was great. And did you hear that harmony on the Oseh Shalom? It's a beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Marcia for the Devar Torah. That was really very, very good. Thank you, Marcia. Now to the real announcements. Our Shabbat service tomorrow morning will begin at 9:45, led by Ron Friedman. Our legacy rabbinic scholars, featuring children of this congregation who grew up to be rabbis, will continue next week with Rabbi Rachel Greengrass on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Zoom, when she tells us about the real housewives of the Talmud. Our series will conclude on February 20th, when Rabbi Jen Gubitz joins us at 7 p.m. on Zoom to teach us about Musar. Details are in your handout, and thank you to the Dr. Harry W. Salin Foundation and our 175th anniversary sponsors for their support. Sunday is the last day to see the fabulous exhibit at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art called Jewish History and Art Illuminated, 175 Years of Congregation Akduth V'Sholem. This is a truly wonderful exhibit, and we are grateful to the co-curators, Sharon Eisbart and Dr. Wendy Solz. Join us also for our Bake Cafe Coffee House on Saturday, February 3rd at 7 p.m., when we showcase our talent within the congregation. We'll have some great entertainment, some of which is sitting in this sanctuary tonight, along with coffee and desserts. RSVPs are requested by today, Friday, January 26th. However, we're used to people being late, so by next Tuesday for sure. Please also join us, excuse me, for the Super Bowl Shabbat on February 9th at 6 p.m., when we sample a variety of homemade soups before declaring the top 3 People's Choice winners. While you don't need to bring soup to attend, we invite you to get creative in the kitchen and enter the friendly competition. Please RSVP to the temple office by next Friday, February 2nd. Let us know if you'll be bringing soup and what kind, and the cost is $8 per person. Proposed changes to the temple's bylaws will be the focus of 2 upcoming town hall meetings for members on Zoom. Please plan to attend on Wednesday, February 7th or Tuesday, February 13th, both at 7 p.m., when the temple leadership will be talking about the changes and answering any questions. In addition, a special congregational meeting to vote on the revisions is set for Wednesday, March 6th at 7 p.m. in person or via Zoom. Members have been sent information by email. Actually, that will go out on Monday. And those who don't get email but get a U.S. mail, it'll be mailed on Monday. Thank you again to our wonderful service leaders, to Josh for running the live streaming, to Dawn Hammond for ushering, to Officer Sage for keeping us safe, and to the Temple Challah Committee for the Challah this evening. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. All right, at this time, please turn to page 586, Rise as You Are Able, We are going to do the Aleinu. We will read from the bottom of the page on 586 and then turn to page 591 for V'ne'emar. Yes, please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula li'atzer breshit, shelo asanu k'gayei haratzot, v'lo asalanu k'mishpachot ha'adamah, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'kol aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu kolim u'mishavim u'modim l'fnei melech malkei hamlakim hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar hayah Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo You can be seated. Please turn to page 598. We have come to the time when we remember those who have died either recently or in this season in years past. I'll read our community's Kaddish list and then invite you to add the names of anyone you are remembering. On this Shabbat, we continue the period of Shalshem, the passing within the last 30 days, of Dorothy Weissman, Lois Zemmel, Dennis Dan, Robert Hochberg. And we continue the period of Shana, the death within the past year, of Solomon Kramer, Diane Pulaski, Audrey Gerson, B. Siegel, Louise Ruchman Warschauer, Harriet L. Krell, Shirley Gerber, Jacqueline K. Weber, June Schaefer, Kathy Stoller, Ruth Ricky Kutcher Goldstein, Doris Warshawski Fogel. And this Shabbat marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of death of Bill Eichel, Ruth Eichel, Alan Blumenthal, Herlene Blumenthal, Jacob Leon Bren, Marion B. Dodson, Joseph Duran, Abraham Edelman, Yetta Falk, Nathan Feldman, Phil Feldman, Hurley Feltman, Milton Ferkel, Meyer Fichman, Norma M. Phlox, Sam Fogel, Sam Frankel, Lottie Frosch, Esther Garber, Max Gitlin, Morris Gubitz, Henry Hagendorf, Fran Herman, Isidore Hirsch, Pearl Hertzman, Chester Horn, Kathy Jarvis, Anita S. Culver, Miriam Katz, Ruth Keeps, Solomon Kramer, Morris Kudish, Benjamin Kersner, Celia Mastbaum, Mark Marin, Louis Abraham Meese, Robert Nirenberg, Byron F. Novitsky, Nettie K. Oppenheim, Elias Punsky, Richard Sachel, Ida Schneider, Julius Schoengold, Jacob Schwartz, Bertha V. Shipsky, Brian Sorich, Herman Strauss, Joseph Tillinger, Jerry Trotter, Sherry Troy, Anne Frank Wagner, Jack Weiner, Frank Winnick, Helen Zaslowski. And to these names we add for all these names, the names we carry in our heart, for those who perished in the Shoah, the names of those who died in defense of Israel, the names of those innocent non-combatants who have died in war, and for anyone who has no one to say Kaddish for them, let us rise as you are able to say the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malkutei, v'chayechon uv'yamechon uv'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, v'agola uv'zman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabbam u'barach le'olam u'lameo maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitparar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalal v'yitalal shemei dekudashah barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yalma v'yamru amen. Yehei shema maraba mishamaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memory be for blessing. Please be seated. You guys don't go. Before doing the priestly benediction, we're almost done. We're at the home stretch. Before doing the priestly benediction, we'd like to end the service with a closing song. But instead of doing our typical closing song, we thought that since the Torah portion this week is the Song of the Sea, we'd sing Mi Chamocha again. Please sing with us and think about all the daily miracles in your lives. If you want to look at it again, it's on page, anybody got the page for Mi Chamocha? 158. La 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 And the priestly benediction.
Priestly benediction.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha.
May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God turn toward you and grant you peace.
Ben Yiratzon. Let it be. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Please meet us in the lobby for challah and kiddush.